Hi there, and welcome to this bonus episode of the Gazette's Hockey Inside Out show. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, and I'm joined by our regular panelists, former Canadiens teammates and Stanley Cup champions, Chris Nyland and Rick Green. You know who these guys are. Last season was a rough one for the Canadiens' Josh Anderson. He scored only 9 goals, really some low points for him. Knuckles, how do you assess his play to start this season?
I think he started pretty well here. I mean, he's been on the puck. He's been in on the forecheck. We look at Martin St. Louis using him on the PK, trying to keep him in games, not sitting on the bench, watching everybody else kill the penalty and getting cold. Big guys, they got to get their game going. I think he's done that with Armia too, right? He's got both guys involved, and I think he's probably had a good chat with both of them and said, listen, you are the couple of the bigger forwards on this team. We need you guys. We need you to play the type of hockey that got you to the NHL. So far, I've seen that in Josh. He's a lot of times, I think, when guys been around a while, you get a little comfortable. And, you stop doing the things that have given you success. And you have them whole-hum games. I'll always say it. Lemaire always told me. He said, you can have one bad game in 10. And it gave me something to shoot for. If I had a bad game, I had to know I had a bad game myself. You're the first to know. But a lot of times, we try and candy coat a little. I wasn't as bad as maybe they thought I was. But, Lemaire was really good at that with me. He would tell me, Chris, come on, you can't let this slip. And he'd stay on me. And I needed that at times. And I think with Martin St. Louis and I don't know how he speaks. I have an idea how he speaks with them, but I'm sure he's gone to these two players and said, listen, I need you guys. I'm going to give you more opportunity here to be involved in the game this year. And I've seen it in the early going. I've liked what I've seen from Josh so far this year. Like I said, he's been physical. He's been involved. And I think being in the penalty kill is really going to help him this season.
And, I think he's trying, like we said, before, he's trying to do things out there. He's competing. He's a big body. He's getting to the net. I see improvement on his one-on-one battles. He seems to be winning more of them and creating opportunities for his line mates. So I would like to see more offensively as far as production goes. But I know that we've spoken about it before. He seems to be struggling in that department. And hopefully he's going to find a way and find his game that he can chip in once in a while, on the offensive side. But look, he's a big body. He's trying. He's got his heart, I think, in the right place. And now it would be really nice to see him get some results for his hard work. But he's getting, like we talked about before, he's getting some time on the penalty kill, giving him maybe a little bit of confidence in knowing that he's going to place more minutes by that route, and hopefully he'll get better results than he did last year.
Yeah, well, listen, he might not be a 27 goal scorer again, and he might not be a 9. It's got to be. Where's he going to fall this year? And hopefully it's closer to the 20 goal mark. And he got to just keep doing the little things that got him the NHL to be able to get to that level of goal scoring.
Yeah, I think it was really smart, Marty, putting him on the PK, as you mentioned, Rick. I think just to keep him more involved, right? And another, if you're not scoring, you can say, well, at least I did well on the PK tonight, and killed off the penalties. And it was interesting during training camp when Anderson was asked about last season, and he said in hindsight he wishes that later in the season he had gone back and watched more video of the first 15 games when he wasn't scoring, but he was really playing well. He was getting chances, and I think he let it get to him mentally, right? He just got so down looking at the stats. So it was interesting that he says, I should have gone back and watched more of those 15 games and realized I was playing well, and just keep doing the same thing. Knuckles, when you were playing, if a teammate was struggling the way Josh was last season, do you say anything to him? Do you leave him alone? Do you leave it for the coaches? What do you do?
Not me. I wouldn't say nothing to him. You leave that to the coaches, unless a teammate comes to you and says, "Oh, geez, but not that wouldn't happen. Again, I think that's a coach's thing. If you're all having a couple of beers with a guy and he's, I got to do something about my game, I'd say, well, stop fucking drinking and go home.
Rick, you were a coach. What would you have said to Josh Anderson last? I know you were a defense coach, or what would you have said to him last
well,
season?
you work with different guys and different personalities, and you try to touch all the points that maybe can help the guy get his game back. And it's not always easy. And like I said before, the first guy to know that he's not doing the job is the player himself. So you have to tread lightly on that one to make sure that you don't burden with too much information, because really, in the big picture, the game is not complicated. Don't make it complicated. Play within your ability. Do it each and every night. And, good things should result from that. But where you run into areas, if you forget what gave you success before and you don't bring it each night and each shift, and that's when the trouble starts. And, as a player, you have to identify that and make sure that you don't let that part slip, because it's going to dig a hole deeper for you. Then you get people critical, and then you start to lose your focus, and then you start to lose the things that, gave you good results over the course of the year in other years.
Well,
what helped me? Sorry, Stu. You know what helped me at times when I had some struggles? Lemaire would make a tape, and he'd say, "Listen, I'm going to show you some things you're probably not going to like, things that mistakes you've made on the ice, things you can do better." And then he would finish it up with me doing those things. He would show me where I maybe turned the wrong way or I wasn't on top. And then he'd take and finish with maybe 3 or 4 clips of me doing it the right way. And it really, you leave the room like shit. You go in there and you see the negative and you feel like shit right away. And then you leave there feeling like shit. It does give you that confidence. So and Lemaire was really good with that, with the video. He would always explain, like, I'm going to show, if he did it as a team, he'd say, I'm going to show you guys some negative stuff here, stuff we need to do better. I'm not doing it, and I'm not picking on any guy individually. I'm just showing you what we're doing wrong. And then I'm going to show you when we do it right. And he was real good at that. And I think that helped in a lot of situations on our team.
Those reasons why he was successful as a coach, right? He had a lot of games going for him. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And, of course, go to HockeyInsideOut.com every day, where you will find all the latest Canadiens news. Also, if you have a bonus question you'd like us to answer in a future bonus episode, please put it in the comment section below. We always like to hear from fans, and happy to answer some questions you have also. That's it. Hope you have a great day.